first of all, I should say, like, many friends of mine have tried to convince me to get involved in Bitcoin for a long time, like from where it first just popped, it popped out there. And a friend of my bully, he actually had Bitcoin cake, a cake that was like had a big sort of Bitcoin symbol on it, and he fed me a slice of Bitcoin cake in 2013. So, I mean, clearly, I should have at least bought some Bitcoin 8 years ago. Like, what more do people need to do? You know, like, Jesus, talk about being late. Talk about being late to the party. So I was a little slow on the uptake there. My apologies. But I think about it a fair bit. But I do at this point think Bitcoin is a good thing. So I am a supporter of Bitcoin. Like I said, I'm late to the party, but I'm a supporter of Bitcoin. And I think Bitcoin is really on the verge of getting broad acceptance by sort of the conventional finance people, you know. So, yeah, I think so. You know, I don't have a strong opinion on other cryptocurrencies. I mean, occasionally I make jokes about Dogecoin, but they are really just meant to be jokes. But Dogecoin was made as a joke to make fun of cryptocurrencies, obviously. But fate loves irony, and often, as a friend of mine says, the most ironic outcome is most likely, or as I like to say, the most entertaining outcome is often most likely, and arguably the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Monday afternoon. It's rainy here in Boston. I hope the weather's treating you better. It's just cold and rainy today, but that's okay. We are done with the summer, into the fall here. And it just comes with the seasons. So that intro that you just heard, that was Elon Musk Clubhouse recording. That was from February of 2021. And we're going to talk about Elon Musk and Dogecoin today and his relationship with Doge and what has been going on with this lawsuit. Yes, this $250 billion lawsuit, and try and figure out what are the facts, what is unknown. And I know that many of you don't believe any of that crap, but there are some of you that really believe that Elon Musk manipulates the price of Dogecoin and profits off it. So we're going to talk about that. Let me drop down here in the corner. How's everyone doing today? Crypto, the Conqueror, loaded up on Dogecoin. Mike is in the building. Hey, Mike. Bulldozer, welcome. Welcome. And Hassan, welcome. Good to see you. So here we have the chart today. Right now, 6.18, 6.17. It traded up this morning up to 6.28. We had a nice run. If any of you were watching crypto this morning and watching any of the live streams, you had a bunch of people saying, hey, look at, we're going, woo. And I'm just like, this is still bearish market, and it will probably drop down again. And certainly this afternoon we had that. Not only, of course, with Dogecoin, but Bitcoin had a quick run up and then a quick drop down. That's how crypto trading goes, up and down. You get the market makers, you get whales. This coordinated dump of coins drops the price down, clears out all of the orders. You get all these people buying, right? Because they got all these limit orders set, clears them all out, and then they buy it back in at a lower price. And that's how they skim, and they continue to skim and make money. That's what they do. So, Toss, howdy, welcome. Pet asked, do you think it's going to be another big dip before September ends? Yeah, probably. probably. One thing I'm encouraged about, at least on Dogecoin, is that this dip here that we had on Sunday did not go down to 6 cents. It got all bought up at 6.1. So that's a lower, or a higher low, I mean. And with that higher low, that means there's enough orders that are happening here at 6.1 that when you see this dip, it all gets eaten up. You get these buy orders, and then the price goes back up. So that's good. Tom Crown today, if you're watching him, he's looking at, this longer line of 6 cents here, and all of these hits that come right down to 6 cents. He says that weakens the buying strength at 6 cents when this happens, and that eventually there's going to be a dip that will come down, and you're not going to have all these limit buy orders left at 6 cents because you've hit it so many times that it's going to dip lower. So that's Tom's take on Doge, which is kind of interesting. I just think there's so many more new orders coming in for that 6 cent Dogecoin that it's not going to get eaten up. Unless, of course, there's some huge giant dump of Bitcoin that's going to come back down to 25K, and you're going to have that big dump happening at once, and that could lead to something of Doge dropping down a little lower, but kind of like what we saw here August 17th. But even then, when Dogecoin came all the way down here to 5.6 cents, it came right back up. It just shot right back up because there's so much buying pressure for Dogecoin there. And why is there buying pressure? Mostly because we think Elon Musk is going to do something with Dogecoin. So, which is why there's this lawsuit in the first place. It's just lawyers just putting together all these little pieces and crafting the story that Elon Musk manipulates the price of Dogecoin for his own gain. And those that bought Dogecoin at a higher price are bag holders, and we lost. And so we need Elon Musk to pay us a bunch of money to make up for our losses. That's essentially what the lawsuit says. But we'll get into that. Overall, what else is going on? Well, when you see these white circles, what does that mean? That means that I bought. Yes, I bought Dogecoin yesterday. Was watching football, and there was this dip in the market, and I was like, with that dip, I should probably add to the Kriss Pax DCA portfolio because Monday the price might be higher, and I can get a lower price here on Sunday for our portfolio. And then the price immediately shot back up by the time I got my computer and got ready. But it came right back down. So I bought. And not only did I buy Doge, but I topped off on just about every coin in our portfolio. So we now have 7,500 balance. Overall, we're down about 416. So overall, put in almost $8,000 now. So about 80% there in our DCA portfolio. And so over the next few weeks, I'll be buying about $2,000 more worth of crypto into this. Right now, Dogecoin, and if I click over here, we got Dogecoin is 42% of the overall portfolio, followed by Bitcoin, XRP, Algorand, Litecoin, Sheeb, Render, and a few others. The Dogecoin, we've got 51,000. Now we're over 51,000 Doge in the portfolio. So that's good. And our average price is now down to 626. 6.26 is our average Dogecoin price now. So, and we did hit that today. We went up to 628. So we were in the green there for just a little bit. And now the price is back down. But we'll continue to add, buy on the dips, DCA, all of that. And then as soon as this has the deployed $10,000 that I was putting into this portfolio, we're done buying. And then we just wait it out. We just wait for the bull market. And when the bull market hits and this portfolio is way up, we'll talk about when we're going to sell, take the profits, and then I will share in those profits with you guys. That's right, with you guys. You'll get to share in this portfolio, just showing you that DCA, buying crypto in a bear market, works. And you just hold and you wait for the bull market to come, and then you reap the profits. That's what this is going to show. Is this guaranteed to work? No guarantees, right? We don't know that that is actually what's going to happen, that there's going to be this next bull market. History has certainly shown that every 4 years we've had this crypto bull market. We expect that will happen again, but there's no guarantees. So I'm taking all the risk by buying all this crypto. If the crypto market goes to zero, I lose $10,000. Well, I lose a lot more because I've got a lot more in my own personal crypto portfolio. But let me share it with you. And if you want to be part of the profits of that, you just go to my YouTube channel and you join. And when you join the channel, that's what you need to have in order to get the profits. And those that are members of my channel the longest will receive a greater percentage portion of the profits. So appreciate the support always. If you like the content, joining in and being a member supports me, supports the channel. And also, you will be able to reap rewards when and if they happen. So that's what's going on. Overall, again, still looking at the larger scales, you know, that big run, it's just a small thing. This is the 4-hour chart looking back to the beginning of September. You know, I'd like to see Dogecoin back up here in this, 6.3, 6.4 range where it was trading here the first week of September. I think it can get back up there and be trading up there. Bitcoin, a little bit higher because Bitcoin had a bigger run here earlier September. That's when the Bitcoin dominance was going back up that you hear like Ben Cohen and others talk about so much. So Bitcoin's trading higher than it did the first week of September, but not Doge. So we all know that Doge needs a little more catalyst, a little more positive news to make it go up more. And that news needs to be continuous in order to keep it up because it doesn't have the same fundamentals of Bitcoin. So that's how Dogecoin trades. So like many of you, I've heard, you're accumulating Dogecoin and you're waiting for the big run to happen. So we will see. We will wait for the big run. Dogecoin always goes on these runs. It happens sometimes when you don't expect it because we don't know when these things are going to happen. But that's how Dogecoin trades. How much of that depends on Elon Musk? A lot. But this lawsuit has these people who are alleging that Elon Musk has manipulated the price of Dogecoin for his own personal benefit. So the latest news, which came out this morning, is that an amendment to the lawsuit has been filed. And in that amendment, they name a bunch of other people too on Twitter who have been promoting Dogecoin on Elon's behalf. Like they're working for Elon, which is crazy. And so this is on You Today, and they actually have a link here directly to the lawsuit itself. And we'll get into this in just a minute, talking about this lawsuit. But in this, Billy Marcus, co-creator of Dogecoin, is named as one of the people, and he's at the top of the list. But there's a lot of others too that are named as well, and some of them have posted on X just how ridiculous and crazy this is. and that they have no official affiliation to Elon Musk, and they are not, doing any of these illegal things that the lawsuit is talking about. So, and I tweeted back to Billy that I just thought it's just one of these things that that lawyers do. They just throw a bunch of other people in, anyone who might have any relationship whatsoever, and name them in the lawsuit too. So yeah, that's what's going on. So what is this lawsuit? If you haven't heard, there's 4 individuals: Colby, Joshua, Lewis, and Michael. And many times when there are these sort of class action lawsuits, many times, and I don't know where this one started. I kind of have a feeling it started with 1 or 2 of these people. And then the legal team there reached out to see if they could find anybody else to join, and 2 other people joined. If I remember, it was something like that. But Evan Spencer, who's the lawyer here that's submitting this lawsuit, he is probably involved in promoting this lawsuit against Elon Musk. And there's all the table of contents. And what is the nature of the action? It's that in April 2019, Elon Musk initiated a publicity circus on Twitter that would wildly manipulate the market for the Dogecoin cryptocurrency. Musk intensified this activity beginning in February of 2021, drawing in a flock of unsophisticated investors and pumping Dogecoin's price by 36,000% by May 2021, just prior to a spectacular crash that saw Dogecoin abruptly lose 90% of its market capitalization after Musk's awkward and poorly received performance on Saturday Night Live. So that's what he's saying. He leveraged his public image, not just so that he and Tesla could pump and dump Dogecoin. See, now they bring Tesla into this as well, but also to hijack the cryptocurrency brand, which was widely perceived as fun and cheeky, and groom it into a long-term pet project subject to Elon's direct personal control. He knowingly misled investors about Dogecoin's risks, omitted material facts about his personal interest in promoting it, wildly overstating its utility as currency and his ability to control its price, and wantonly exhorted his fans to hold in the immediate aftermath of a massive crypto futures liquidation by more sophisticated investors. So that's what it said. And then it goes into the more recent stuff in the amendments was Elon buying Twitter, rebranding it as X, using the platform as a megaphone to control the Dogecoin project, continue to mislead investors, and on and on and on. Now, will this creation of X as the Everything app as a payments platform with Dogecoin on it that we've been talking about a lot here, so I got to be careful that I don't get dragged into this lawsuit too, talking about it, but I've certainly talked about that and how that would be good for Dogecoin to be used on X as a currency for payments. That would be huge for Dogecoin. I have no affiliation with Elon, and I am not doing this as part of this elaborate pump and dump scheme with Elon Musk. But would that be good for Dogecoin? Well, of course it would. I've always talked about Dogecoin as a use of currency would be great for everyone. I use it as currency. When I had somebody in India do a bunch of graphics for me, it was easy to pay him in Dogecoin. We just went wallet to wallet transfer, done. Didn't have to go to the banks where we would have to use this, I would have to wire it from bank to bank, would take like a week to be done. I'd have all these fees on top of it to pay. Cryptocurrency works that way. Bitcoin works that way. A little slower, a little more expensive to use Bitcoin, but a lot of people do transactions with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as well. All of this stuff about Elon and Dogecoin this legal team has put together like every instance where Elon has said something about Dogecoin and put it into this lawsuit. Elon, in my opinion, is just having fun. That's what Elon does. He just has fun. And all of this other stuff is nonsense. It's just nonsense. I mean, how many other cryptocurrencies have gone down 90% since May of 2021? A whole slew of them. That was the peak of the bull market for altcoins. Yeah, Bitcoin and a few others went back up in November, but many of them just crashed from there and are still down from there, 90+%. It's not just Dogecoin. It's called a bear market in cryptocurrency. Unbelievable. But we have this lawsuit, and in it we have these people, Colby, Joshua, Lewis, and Michael, and they blame the defendant Elon Musk and talk about that. So who are the plaintiffs? So there's this guy, Colby Gorak, a U.S. Army Special Operations veteran. Also, an undergraduate student at Columbia University in New York City. So I think he's the one who kind of started it, right? In New York City, is my guess. He lost $30,000 investing in Dogecoin on the Robinhood trading platform. And these exhibits, A, B, C, and D, aren't included in this. So I don't know what the exhibit said, but he lost $30,000. So that means that he bought Dogecoin at some kind of high price and sold it at a lower price. And he lost $30,000. That's my guess, is he actually sold it at a loss. Otherwise, it's really an unrealized loss. It's like a paper loss if you don't actually sell, because the price could go back up. You don't know. But I'm guessing this $30,000 he actually sold for a loss. I mean, I have bought cryptocurrency at high price and sold it at a low price and realized a loss, but I didn't sue anybody because of it. My old damn fault for buying something up high before I got, more knowledgeable about cryptocurrency and now investing in it actually works. So it was my own damn fault that I lost money on it, not somebody else's. So I'm saying, do your own research, right? Well, did you do your research on Dogecoin? Do you know what Dogecoin's about? Have you seen the charts? Have you seen its history? It's your own damn fault. But then we got this guy, Joshua Flint, also $30,000 investing in Dogecoin on Robinhood. Another one that went on Robinhood, bought Dogecoin, and sold it for a loss. Then we did get this guy, Lewis Robinson, $17,000 on the Robinhood trading platform again. Then we got this guy, Michael Lero. I think he was added in later. Guy in New Jersey, responsible reliance on defendant Musk's material misrepresentation about Dogecoin. He lost $150,000 investing in Dogecoin on Robinhood and Coinbase. He bought in two different places, and he lost. So these are the four plaintiffs. How does that get to be 250? What is that? $258 billion when these guys, 150,000, 17,000, 30,000, and 30,000, that doesn't add up to $250 billion, right? So how does that become $250 billion? Well, we have the class, right? And so what they do is they basically go through the history of the price of Dogecoin, and they say, they go into like these multiple 5 million Dogecoin wallets, millions of people who have traded Dogecoin. Members of the class may be identified from records maintained by cryptocurrency brokerages and exchanges. And so they're just basically saying everybody that bought Dogecoin and lost money on it is part of this or could be part of this. Crazy. And then they just go through all this about how all of these people could be part of it and why this is so much. So they go through the history of what is Dogecoin. And if you're interested in what is Dogecoin and all about it, you can read this. It's kind of interesting. Again, a link is in the description below to this lawsuit if you're interested in it. Basically goes about how the cryptocurrency generally works, how it's traded, investing in it, on and on and on. So, where you can buy it: Robinhood, Kraken, Webull, CoinZoom, which I've never heard of, eToro, Gemini, Binance.us, and Coinbase. So they go through all that. Dogecoin's development prior to Musk's involvement. This goes back to the original Jackson Palmer, Billy Marcus creating it, 2013. The Dogecoin Foundation that was set up. A little bit more history. And then heading into Dogecoin reached pre-Musk. Yeah, some more of the history of it. And then they pulled up some old interviews from Jackson Palmer, who really doesn't like Elon Musk. So of course, they got all that test in there. He believes that Elon is a grifter. That's just Jackson's own point of view. But of course, that all gets rolled in here because he's stated that publicly. And then Elon Musk's involvement, all of his tweets, every time he tweeted something about Dogecoin, it's in here. It is all in here. And I mean, I've tweeted a lot about Dogecoin. A lot of people have. And some of those people got dragged into this. I'll show you that in a minute. And it just goes page after page after page of like every tweet or every instance where Elon has mentioned Doge or talked about Doge is all in here. On and on and on, page after page after page. So, and it's a lot. Then they go through the price all the way up from 74 cents, dropping down to 37 cents. And they have the exhibits that aren't included in this document to show Dogecoin's price at different times. But then they come into other people that were also promoting Dogecoin based on things that Elon Musk has said or done, including It's All Risky, who is called a sycophant. A sycophant. So I was like, what's a sycophant? I got to look that up. So here's a sycophant, a person who acts obsequiously towards someone important in order to gain advantage. So in this case, Elon Musk would be surrounded by sycophants. So people who want to gain advantage because of Elon? I don't know. But It's All Risky is one of many of sycophants that tweeted about Elon Musk and Dogecoin. And so this all gets thrown in here as well. So you've got all that. And they go on and on and on about all of these different tweets and others. Page after page after page. Here's another sycophant Doge designer, CB Doge. So he gets thrown in here as well. And then there's these scientific studies, how Musk manipulates the market, which is kind of interesting. It's called Blockchain Research Lab, becomes a scientific study, and that there are significant positive abnormal returns and trading volume of Dogecoin based on Musk's Twitter activity. And that is true. And we've talked about that. If Elon Musk says something positive about Dogecoin, the price tends to spike up. That has happened. And generally, it ends up coming back down, but that has happened. That happens in the markets with anything. I mean, look at the stock market. How it gets manipulated by people saying things about a company, and then the stock takes off. And then eventually, if it's not true, it ends up getting shorted back down or whatever. But the same thing happens with that as well. But that doesn't stop these people from saying this stuff and throwing all of this in here. So we've got that. And then we've got pumping Dogecoin using bots and shills. Because defendants have not publicly revealed which social media accounts are operated by their bots and influencers, all evidence needed to show these aspects of defendants' Dogecoin-related influence operations is completely within defendants' knowledge and control and will require appropriate discovery to uncover. So they're basically throwing this out and saying, you guys have to defend yourselves now, which is crazy. But here's the list of people. So Billy Marcus is at the top, but there's CB Doge, WSB Chairman, Misha Bar, Doge Official, MyDoge, even the MyDoge tip guy is in here. T-Doge Whisperer, UnderDoge, MyDoge CEO. And it's all risky. So all of these are in here. And these are all, if you're on Twitter or X app now and you follow any of these people, which many of you probably do, they all have these fun accounts and talking about Dogecoin, and it's all a fun community. But yet now they are all included as part of this lawsuit. Craziness. They go into Musk targeting unsophisticated investors. What, by just tweeting something like Dogecoin is the people's crypto? He's having fun. He's just having fun with it. Oh, he who controls the memes controls the universe. Elon likes memes. That has nothing to do with Dogecoin. We'll go beyond that. Defendants pumped and dumped Dogecoin. And this is the thing. They go into this blockchain thing. Absent forensic investigation or disclosure by an address's owner, it is difficult, if not virtually impossible, to know for certain which entity or individual owns a particular crypto wallet. They say that right there. But then they go in and they start talking about wallets and who might own them. Like, it's plausible Elon has a large Doge holding, somebody says. But that doesn't mean that's true. But yet, they do go in and they start talking about what we know as the Robinhood wallets. And these big wallets that have turned out to be Robinhood, they come in here and they say, well, they could be Elon Musk. So Elon Musk is manipulating the price for his own benefit. And looking at the so-called selling of these billions of Dogecoin. And there's no proof that they're even being sold. And as we've talked about many times on this channel, most of this time these are transfers of Dogecoin from wallet to wallet is what these are. So we go into where they talk about these individual wallet names, and they end up talking about this DH5 wallet. And the DH5 wallet, upon information belief at some or all times relevant to this action, Dogecoin wallet DH5 was owned by Musk or Tesla. The DH5 was opened in February 2019, and then they sold. They said that when the price was up, they were selling Dogecoin, which it turns out, as the forensics were being done, that large Dogecoin whale, so-called whale wallet, belonged to Robinhood. And they went through all the detail, like Mishabar actually went through all of the detail of that and looked on the blockchain, followed the coins, and that it was indeed Robinhood's cold wallet was this DH5 whale. And the original first transaction of 420.69 Doge was from Robinhood. Robinhood was testing the wallet originally, which was the DPIB wallet sent from DCU, and they sent Dogecoin. That was the first transfer of Robinhood, to a Robinhood owned wallet, was that transfer, which eventually ended up going to this DH5 wallet, and the DH5 wallet grew in size because from 2019 to 2021, Robinhood needed to have enough Dogecoin in their wallet in order to back up all of the Dogecoin that was being purchased on its platform. So in January of 2021, when the price of Dogecoin started going up so fast, there was a large number of Dogecoin that was purchased by Robinhood because they needed to have all of that Doge in backup. Because on the Robinhood app, when you buy Dogecoin, you don't have it in your own individual wallet. What you have is what is now, here's the Dogecoin rich list. We've looked at this before on bidinfo.charts. The top wallet now is called the DEG wallet, 32 billion Dogecoin. That is now the largest Robinhood cold storage wallet of Dogecoin, which is, if you bought Dogecoin on Robinhood and you still hold it on the Robinhood app, that's where your Dogecoin is. It's in this wallet right here, because Robinhood doesn't have individual wallets for individual holders. And the reason this is DE5 or the DEG wallet now, and Vlad Tenev, the CEO of Robinhood, even said this, that they periodically move their crypto holdings from wallet to wallet for security reasons. They just don't keep it in the same wallet for years. For security reasons, they move it from wallet to wallet. So if you click on this DEG wallet, you'll see it is this number one wallet. But in May of 2023, there was no Dogecoin in this wallet. They were transferring Dogecoin to this wallet from another wallet. And you can come down here and you can see all these transfers. 800 million Doge, 800 million Doge, 800 million, 800 million, 800 million, 800 million. They did it in a whole series of these transfers right around, between the 6th of June and the 28th of June. And you can click on any one of these transfers and you can see where it came from. It came from the DDUX wallet. So you click on that wallet, and that wallet had, for a while, billions of Dogecoin in it. And then you can see that there's the outflows and here's the inflows for Dogecoin for this wallet. And you can click on any another one of these and you can see where all of that Dogecoin came from. And here's the DHQ wallet. So we go to the DHQ wallet, which had billions of Dogecoin in it. That's another Robinhood owned wallet. They have multiple wallets. So and eventually this goes to DH5, which is that wallet that was being talked about here and named in the lawsuit. This DH5 wallet here sold over 1 billion Dogecoin. They weren't selling Dogecoin. It was a transfer. So of course, these guys aren't going to say in their lawsuit, they're going to say, oh, this is Elon Musk's wallet, and he's selling all this Dogecoin for profit. So eventually, I think Robinhood is probably going to be involved in this somehow, and they're going to have to say, yeah, that's our wallet. Vlad has never said that because for security reasons, he even said that. But he also said Robinhood as a company has never purchased Dogecoin for profit for the company. In other words, they don't have their own wallet of cryptocurrency that they've bought, that they have solely bought in order to profit from. That's what Vlad has said. But they took that quote in here, and they basically said that Robinhood says that they don't own any Dogecoin. Because here they talk about Robinhood right here. Basis for online speculation that DH5 belongs to Robinhood is that cold storage rather than active trading. But they say that there's a quote in here that it was not for their own. Yeah, on the fireside chat here, CEO Vlad Tenev denied rumors that Robinhood owns DH5. And that's not what he said. He didn't say that Robinhood didn't own DH5. He said, we don't have significant positions in any of the coins that we keep on a proprietary basis. He did say that. But this was, they don't buy crypto for their own gain. But they do have crypto on behalf of their users. So that is all garbage. That whole section is all garbage. And then it just goes on and on about more of this, about Tesla, because they brought Tesla in. They're looking for a big payout, is what they're looking for. Elon Musk and his attorneys are trying to get this thing just thrown out. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen with this. It's a lawsuit. It has just been amended again. We'll see how it goes. It may end up being something that needs to be litigated. And it's unfortunate that these other good people who are part of the Dogecoin community are now getting thrown into this. I think it's just awful that these people are now thrown into this. They're just having fun on Twitter, now X app, talking about Doge, like I do, like some of you do, many others do. And now they're thrown into this, which is just awful. There's this Bitcoinist, Dogecoin inventor and influencers dragged into Elon Musk's $258 billion lawsuit. Of course, they put Jackson Palmer on the cover of this article because the Bitcoinist still refuses to understand that is not Billy Marcus's picture. And Billy and I laugh at that. But and so this goes into this whole thing and their reactions. I mean, Billy Marcus says, not an associate of Elon Musk's. He is always posting negative things about cryptocurrency because that's Billy and his sense of humor. He resigned from his non-role on the Dogecoin Foundation. So he's not even involved with the Dogecoin Foundation anymore. And it's just like, there's no false statements, no perjury, whatever. It's ridiculous. And Mishubar says this account, his Twitter account or X account, has never received any ad revenue from X or Twitter, nor will be eligible to. He's not interested in that. Never received payments, never will accept a payment for sponsored posting. This document also claims that I'm one of Elon's fanboys, which is also completely alien to what I do in my feed, which is true. If you read all of the Mishubar stuff, he's really trying to protect the people who own Dogecoin, is what he does on his account, not any of this stuff. So, crazy. Then there's this other bit of news. New York crypto regulator removes Ripple and Dogecoin from their token green list. So what is this about? I think what this is about is someone is trying to get the state of New York to not accept the use of cryptocurrency as payments. And eventually, if Elon is going to want to have payments on his X app and have that be able to be done in the state of New York, that could be an uphill battle. Someone was asking in a comment on one of my recent videos about why is this taking so long for Dogecoin to be used on X app? Well, it's because the X app team needs an X as an entity, as a corporation, needs to get approvals in all of the states in the United States to be used like that in the US. Like if a bank wants to have a banking function, a small bank can apply in one state, like in Massachusetts here. If there's a small little bank, it just wants to operate in Massachusetts, it needs a license in Massachusetts. But if it wants to grow and expand and start offering banking services in other states, it needs to get approvals in those other states. Elon wants XApp to be essentially work like a bank. He needs to get approvals in all of the states he wants to operate in. And I think this is going to make it tough for New York. Just something else, throwing that out there. Uphill battle. And then we've got, we just have this bearish market too. And it's like community support is down. You know, the trading is lackluster. The volume is down. Every once in a while, there's a little spike up, a little spike down. That's why this is still a bearish market, I call it. Because there's just the social media mentions are way down. Just everything's way down right now. Eventually, this is all going to pick up. But right now, that's where we are. We have this article. Dogecoin price prediction. Doge overtakes Cardano. Well, it did briefly, and then Cardano flipped it back, which is top cryptocurrencies by market cap. Here's Cardano number 7 and Doge number 8. So Cardano flipped it back up in 7th. So this happens, and Doge will overtake Cardano again. But then they go, it's like, can Doge reach $1? So this is the type of thing that in a bear market, people just throw in here to try and get people to read their articles, which says absolutely nothing about that. There's nothing in here. They talk about the current chart and trading, and there's like no information in this article whatsoever. And then lastly, we have this Dogecoin price outlook. Could we see a 10% dip due to supply pressure? This is what I was talking about. It's like there is a threat of another dip, which someone asked earlier. And yeah, that is always there. And it really depends on the liquidity down at a lower price, how much supply, like buy pressure, is there to keep the price from dipping lower. And that is still, that could still happen. There's still a chance of that. But right now on the short term, it looks like we could have from 6.1 here, this little dip here to 6.15. Hey, maybe that's a higher low, right? That would be great. There's a higher low, and maybe in the future, if if Doge is trading up like this and it decides to drop down, it hits another point and then goes up even higher. And so this would be another higher low. That's what we want to see with the trading, is this slow and steady rise with higher lows. That is awesome. That's how trading of anything, whether it's a stock or a cryptocurrency, can start to create these higher bids, people putting in limit orders, right? So instead of having a limit order at like 5.9 cents, 5.95 cents, they're like, well, it's not going to go that low now because the price has already moved up. But I still want some Dogecoin, but I don't want it at this price. How low is it going to go? So they'll raise their limit order price, and they'll raise it up to maybe 6.13 or 6.14 because they know that 5.99 isn't going to hit anymore, because of the trading. So then all of that block of buy pressure is going to slowly start to move up. And as it starts to move up, that's where you see these higher lows. That's the best trading for Doge. Whenever we see this, this huge rocket trading straight up, that's bad. That's just not good for Dogecoin, because inevitably there's no buying pressure there and the price is going to come right back down. And we've seen that time and time again for Dogecoin, that kind of thing. That's not good for the trading of Dogecoin, to have those big spikes. Not until it gets to the point where there's such huge news, and like we saw in late January, early February of 2021, and then again April into May of 2021, when you get all of these new people coming in buying. That's what it's going to take for Dogecoin to be able to maintain this quick rise in the price. Otherwise, it's just going to get shorted down again, and it's just not going to be able to support it. But this kind of trading where it's a slow and steady gain, that's how Dogecoin can best maintain higher prices. It takes a long time to get gains this way, but it's better than having these dips back down in the fives. So that's what I see for the trading of Doge going forward, and that's what I think we're going to see as Bitcoin starts trading up toward 30,000. I think it's going to follow the same kind of thing. You're going to have some other coins which will have some news, some good news, and will trade up a little higher, and then some that will probably lag. That happens. But generally, cryptos tend to trade together. Dogecoin, no difference. So, but a big news like a Doge 1 mission for SpaceX in November would be huge for Dogecoin. And I think it would get a lot of publicity, and a lot of new people would come in for Doge. Now, would all those people buying Dogecoin there end up being bag holders because Elon Musk is going to dump again another big bag of Dogecoin for his own personal profit? Come on. It's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. He's the richest person in the world. He doesn't need that. He's got other big things going on. That's crazy. But anyway, the lawsuit is there. But even on XApp now, here's Elon Musk still has the Dogecoin D next to his location symbol. He does this stuff for the fun of it. Remember back in April, May when he had Doge, he had the Doge as the symbol when this was still Twitter. He had changed it to a Doge just for the fun of it. You've got Altcoin Daily saying Elon Musk says he will continue promoting Dogecoin. A lawsuit's not going to stop Elon from just being Elon. He's just going to keep doing what he's doing. Sometimes he kind of has to watch what he says a little bit. I'm sure he has got a legal team that's kind of warning him a bit, and that's probably why we haven't heard as much from Elon Musk about Dogecoin. But he does little winks and nods, which I think that is one of them right there. We got to get this. We got to get this lawsuit thrown out. That, in my opinion, that would be big news for Doge if this thing gets thrown out, and that's just not hovering over us. So I'll keep up to date on it. What's going on with the lawsuit? I don't hear many other people talking about it, but it's important as an investor in Dogecoin that you know that this is going on. So if you have any questions or anything about it, you can leave a question in the comments below. Be glad to answer what I can, what I find out. Again, a link to this lawsuit is in the description below. If you're interested in looking at it yourself, you can read through. Again, it gives a big history of Dogecoin and all of the tweets that Elon has done, and then all of these crazy accusations about how Elon is manipulating it for his own personal gain. Pretty crazy. So that's what's going on. How's Dogecoin going to trade going forward? Again, I would like to see this positive movement upwards. I think that would be great. We'll see whether that can continue. But there's probably going to be some dips coming. More dips. We continue to add to our Kriss Packs portfolio here. Again, we've got 51,400 Dogecoin in this portfolio. We will continue to add over the next 2 or 3 weeks until we top up to $10,000 invested. So doing this to prove a point, again, that DCA works, buying in a bear market, and that then you just hold and you wait, because that is what has happened in the past. Is it guaranteed that's what's going to happen here? There's no guarantees. But there's a lot of talk about Bitcoin ETFs and what will happen with the price of Bitcoin when those ETFs get approved, maybe in October, November, or maybe January, February next year. And when that happens and Bitcoin's price starts taking off, what do you think is going to happen to all these cryptos? They're not just going to sit there. They're all going to go up too. That's how the whole crypto market works. You see a lot of that in stocks too. When it's a good stock day, all the stocks go up. When it's a bad stock day, all the stocks go down. It has nothing to do with the individual companies, right? It just has to do with the markets. That's how markets work. And crypto's no difference. So, all right, gang. Probably be doing a video on Tuesday. We'll be back live on Wednesday, 5 o'clock Boston time. That's East Coast time where I am in the United States. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope that this was at least interesting in some manner. I just thought it was interesting and thought I would share my thoughts on the lawsuit. I think it's important for Dogecoin and for Elon, getting through it. Personally, I hope Elon's attorneys are able to get the thing thrown out so it doesn't have to be litigated. Who knows? I don't know how those class action lawsuits end up, what a judge needs to hear in order to keep them moving forward. In the end, the lawyers always win. So we'll see how that goes going forward. Yeah, I hope you all are well. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.